sun has not yet come up at Hong Kong's Sha Tin Racecourse, but at its on-site racing laboratory, the working day has already begun. The region's strict anti-doping procedures demand that before every race meeting, all horses must first be cleared of any prohibited substances. And this internationally renowned drug testing facility is where they come to do that.
Well, race day in Hong Kong means an extra early start. It's just gone about 3:30 in the morning, and although racing takes place at Hong Kong's other racecourse, Happy Valley, this evening, over the next few hours, every horse racing there tonight will be dope tested here. We've got a rare opportunity to see that process in action.
It starts with a collection of a urine sample from the horse. Kept under strict observation throughout, only designated staff members can enter the stables, as even the hand of a visitor could cause contamination. Once the specimen is obtained, it's then delivered to security, where it's logged and transferred to the lab. Unique to Hong Kong and superior even to Olympic-level testing, these anti-doping measures are not practiced anywhere else in the world. Over 20,000 official samples are checked here each year, and the centre houses approximately $13 million worth of drug identification equipment.
This is a laboratory with open lab design. We have separated into mainly two divisions. The one on the right side, this is where the chemistry of sample processing is done, with the film cupboards where the samples are extracted, and after extraction, the sample extract is actually brought over to this side of the laboratory, where we have very high-end mass spectrometers. Mass spectrometers is something we use to generate chemical fingerprints to identify what is the unknown chemicals, whether it's a drug or some other substances.
And roughly how long does it take for one sample to go through all of these tests?
I think it depends on the type of tests. For pre-race tests, we are actually time critical, so we'll finish the test. One sample analysis could be as short as 10 minutes, and then there can be some other tests that are a bit longer because we want to confirm the presence of a particular drug. Those we have to be very careful. But the initial screen usually is fast and quick, and trying to have maximum productivity and shortest runtime possible. Pre-race testing, every now and then we would have one finding positive. In a year, there may be two positive findings in a year, so it's very low. But the beauty of pre-race testing, this is preventive measure, because the horse, if it's found with a banned substance, is actually withdrawn from the race. And so the race is not run by horses with drugs in their system. So this is much better post-race detection. But the norm in the world of doping control, the enforcement samples are the post-race samples.
So in theory, if every horse is tested before racing, why are there ever any post-race positive samples?
This is a good question. The reason is that after pre-race sample collection, this is normally done, for example, 4 a.m. in the morning for today's race. And so there is a window that things may go wrong. I wouldn't say somebody go in and deliberately use drug, but there could be a situation where the horse is accidentally exposed to a banned substance. And also, secondly, the pre-race testing in Hong Kong, because we have to do it so quick, several hours for 150 samples, I have to admit that this is not the most comprehensive testing that we can do with several hours. Compared with post-race testing, we can have days, if not 2-3 weeks time, and all the resources to do the best possible testing.
The lab was established by the Hong Kong Jockey Club in 1969 with the aim of making every race a fair and true competition. Whilst the unique lengths that they go to keep racing drug-free are upholding the honour of the club, they also believe that it is about protecting the welfare of the horses and keeping jockeys safe.
The three elements of our drug testing program are prevention, enforcement and deterrence. And so it's important that if there is a positive, that it's detected before the race. And I've got to say that if I say it's a positive perhaps because of a mistaken use of a therapeutic substance or a contaminated feed. Racing in Hong Kong truly is drug-free.
When it comes to international races and when it comes to the international races in December, how does it work then with all those the foreign horses coming in with different rules in their home countries?
Well, we want to make sure that when the races are conducted here, they are on a truly fair and level playing field. So international runners might be tested, for example, in advance of arriving here, and when they arrive here, all horses are tested, so that by the time we get to race day, we can be certain that it's a fair and true competition.
And that is quite different to other international races or other international meetings around the world. The likes of the Breeders' Cup is very different, but Royal Ascot, I mean, how does it compare to the likes of the Melbourne Cup, for example?
I think that we can say with some justification that we are a leader in the field. If you look to our laboratory being one of the only 2 laboratories in the world that have been certified by the International Federation as being capable of testing at the elite level of competition, Group 1, in the first wave of that program. The fact that we are the only FEI reference laboratory in Asia, the Hong Kong laboratory and our doping control program as a whole really is a leader in the field.
So the horses have all been tested and they're now on their way to Happy Valley Racecourse for this evening's meeting, and that's where we'll be after the break.